question is, how do you engage the inert? The EU enthusiasts will sign up to European Voice. The EU phobes will sign up to whatever blogs they I mean, if a European Commissioner is foolish enough to have a blog, they'll all log onto it to write in the modern day equivalent of green ink. But the how you engage the inert is the uncertain question. Last point, perhaps. No, last but one. The things that I wanted to know more about that came through on what Mark said. One is, I am interested in the disparity between the European Parliament elections and the national elections. I've been around in the journalistic trade to remember back to when the Greens achieved extraordinary success in the European Parliament elections in the United Kingdom. It turned out to be a blip and a peculiarity, and is a model of how people were doing things in the European Parliament elections that they were never going to do in the national elections. It's only in the 2010 elections. I'm trying to work out which European Parliament elections the Greens would have been in, but there's enough people in 1989. Who will know. 1989. I was trying to work out where I was. I was in Bath following the electoral fortunes of Chris Patt. And it's only now, 2010, that the first Green has been elected to the UK National Parliament. Now, the disparity between European Parliament elections and national elections is something you guys have been writing about and looking at, and I'm not yet convinced that. Well, the trouble is that it will vary from national situation to national situation, and that's one of our immediate problems when we're trying to report overall the European Parliament elections. Actually, you guys wouldn't think about the practical problems of if I had a copy of European Voice, if I wanted to put 27 countries across that size, I'd be writing about 20 words about each country. It would be nothing. And so, how do you give a readership any notion of what's going on across 27 countries in a traditional newspaper format, and don't start thinking how long it would take on a television news broadcast?